Beautiful kings, queens, and internet cousins, it's time for another episode of Dish Talk, or Let's Dish, with your wonderful, amazing host, me, obviously, duh, who else is gonna fucking host it? So, I went to the grocery store, we got our storm preparations ready, that's great. You guys suck for wiping everything the fuck out. There was barely anything. I had to buy a bread that I've never had before. Literally nothing there. So maybe stop panic shopping. I don't know. But I got all that taken care of. I'm sorry I've been a little less active this week, you guys. Of course, you know, when you start doing really good, people from your past are going to try to pop up and fuck with you, obviously. Because envy and jealousy is just a fucking real great characteristic to have. So that's what I've been dealing with. It's nothing against any of you guys. I'm sorry. I'm going to try to get back to my messages tonight. I've been literally changing locks on my house and changing cameras and passwords and all kinds of shit. So I'm sorry. I've just had a lot going on and I don't really want to explain it because I've been explaining this shit to the cops since August. And obviously I'm gonna have to be the one to do the own detective work here like I have been. So whatever. Just stay vigilant. If anyone's ever fucking with you, dude, make sure that you're paying attention. Don't let them catch you off guard. But the moral of the story is, I saw that ISP dropped the documents this week. I mean, the photos this week. I remember seeing them when they first dropped. I can't really do blood like that, so it's really hard for me to actually look at it. I'm an empath. It's very fucking hard for me to see anything to do with blood or any where people are harmed. Documents, I can read documents and review videos and shit, but I can't do anything that's brutal and stuff like that. So I'm sorry I haven't been responding to you guys. I'm going to get back on my messages. Like I said, I've just had real life shit going on. And what a better time than when I go viral for everyone to start fucking with me. But oh well. The moral of the story is there is one photo in the ISP drop that I saw, and it's the one... I remember seeing this one when it first came out, and it's the one where there's like a face drawn on the floor. It almost looks like a ketchup evil face drawn on the floor, and I don't understand. I know that some people have speculated there may have been DM written in blood or letters written in blood. And I understand that could have definitely been one of the girls at their end. Maybe they were, you know, about to pass away and they figured they'd leave a trace. But at this point, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if it was the person that actually did this who did that, because I feel like this entire case has been one staged, fucked up cover-up, man. That's what it feels like. It feels like everyone's hiding something and we're the only ones to not know what the fuck's really going on. All I know is that you don't put out 3,000 gag orders unless something fucking is really going on. So the whole case is insane to me. It really truly is. I'll never understand ever how this happened. No DNA, nothing from Koberger. All this other evidence points to anyone but him. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Some days I really feel like this case is some fucked up social experiment just to get all of our brains working. And I don't know. Maybe that's just human nature and that's me trying to rationalize what they did here. But it's fucking scary, man. It's really scary to know that, you know, people out there could have those kind of tendencies. And there was a story I saw earlier that was talking about how much more Kaylee's wounds were more significant than Maddie's, but so they said, oh, well then obviously she was the main target for the attack, but I still am convinced that I read an article at the beginning and it said that Maddie was the main target. I mean, she got stabbed in her heart 13 times, so what do you mean? That's pretty brutal too. That feels very personal, does it not? Maybe someone, does anyone know, that would be a great place to start. What about Maddie's ex-boyfriends? I've never thought about that. We've been through some of Kaylee's exes. Have we been through that whole list of Maddie's ex-boyfriends or Kaylee's ex-boyfriends? It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all that there's been no headway in this case, man. It doesn't make any sense. It just feels like everything's purposely being hidden, and then I mean, what are the odds that they drop the documents, then take them back, then they drop the photos and take them back? I don't know if someone's trying to give a fucking bat signal from Moscow. I don't know anymore. I don't, that's what it feels like. Like, are they trying to send a fucking bat signal out for us to help? I don't know. I know that I've gotten a lot of messages, people wanting to go live and stuff. I'm sorry I've missed the streams this week, dude. I'm telling you, my nervous system was wrecked this week. Like I said, I have complex post-traumatic stress disorder, so once everything starts hitting at once, sometimes I do feel a little manic, but I mean, anyone would if he was dealing with the shit I've been dealing with since August, so. That's what's scary, man. That's what's scary, man. That's why I started thinking, like, well, did Maddie have an ex-boyfriend that maybe they weren't getting along, or someone that she rejected? That's what I'm wondering. Was there someone in the girls' lives that they possibly rejected? Because I don't know if any other females or anyone can attest to this, but there are men out there who cannot take no for an answer. They cannot fucking handle it, and when you do tell them no and they don't get their way, they snap. Trust me, I've dated someone like that. He literally, I brought him a brand new plate of dinner one night, and he literally stood in front of me and smashed it on the ground. I had just made a 4-course meal, carried it to him just for him to smash it right in front of my face on the ground. So trust me, there are plenty of men out there, when they don't get their way, they act the fuck up until they do. And they'll corner you, or they'll try to belittle you, and they'll try to, literally, they'll silent treatment you until you give them what you want, or whatever the case may be. So I just wonder, was there a boy or a man that maybe the girls were avoiding or didn't want anything to do with, and maybe he got his little fucking feelings hurt? I don't know. That's what it feels like, because the victim's wounds were so personal. I don't care what anyone says. You don't fucking hurt someone like that you didn't fucking have an issue with. That's my thing, dude. I don't see, if Brian Koberger was stalking them, or he was after them, then why was there no pictures or anything on his phones? Was there any pictures of him stalking them? Any evidence of him doing anything to these girls? I mean, can we even get do we even have like an official date? Yeah, they met. This is what happened. Because it just all feels so fucking staged, dude. That's why sometimes I'm like, is this just some fucked up social experiment for us to all start doing detective work unpaid or something? I don't know. But then again, for the crime scene photos, I mean, if that crime would have occurred inside, I didn't look at a lot of the pictures. I can't, man. It makes me physically ill. But don't you think there would have been more splatter? Because typically, especially in knife wounds, the blood spatters, you know what I mean? And that's how they figure it out. They look at the velocity. They look at the way that it went up the walls. They look at everything normally in a case like this. So it's just really scary to think. I mean, look at the case that I posted about this morning, Ellen Greenberg. Ellen Greenberg was stabbed 20 times in the back of her head, in the back of her body, and they ruled it as suicide. How would someone you couldn't. It's physically impossible, so it blows my mind that this happens so often. It's absolutely insane. It really is. I don't know, guys. This world is so fucking scary, man. I feel so bad for the victims' families. I feel so bad for all of them. I can't even begin to imagine the pain that they went through with all these drops and document drops and stuff. It's really sad, man. It's really sad that one person can crash out like that and change the course of everyone around their lives and everyone that was tied to them's lives. It's just giving jealous. I don't know. I know that I've dealt with it before, and a man that can't stand rejection can't stand fucking being told no. So I'm just wondering, man, was it someone that they didn't want to be with or be around, or they had rejected or turned down? Because trust me, and some of these people out there, dude, they can't handle being rejected. They can't fucking take it. They can't. They can't handle being told no. And that's what this feels like to me. I don't know, man. It's really sad. I'm praying that we'll still get the truth someday. I'm praying that somebody will come forward and do the right thing, man. That's what really blows my mind. If all them people was there, that's such a small town, and nothing bad ever happens in Moscow, then why wouldn't people ever talk about this? It just feels like they were told a story, given some hush money, told to shut the fuck up, and if they're asked to tell the story, to tell it this way. And that's what we've been given. Nothing but a bunch of bullshit-ass lies, man. It feels like they just gaslight the fuck out of us. I don't know if you guys agree, but when they drop these documents and take them back and do all this fuck shit, it feels like a fucking bad game of being gaslit. I've been there, I've done that. That's exactly what it feels like. Like, hey, put this out and then take it away. Figure out what the fuck it means. I don't know, guys. I'll be back with an update. I'm going to finish the dishes and clean up the kitchen and figure out what I'm going to have for dinner. I love you guys with all of my heart. Thank you to all of my new subscribers, everyone that's come over to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate you guys. My YouTube is Realist Rains, REALESTRAINES. If you guys want to give me a follow, I'd really appreciate it. I'm back with the content. I'm going to start doing live streams more. Like I said, I've just had some stuff to deal with in my personal life. I love you guys. I'll catch you in the next one.